All right, so I keep hearing it's the death of. It's the death of email marketing. It's the death of cold marketing. It's the death of all of these different styles of it's the end of this. It's the death of this. And I'm wondering if you think it's time for an evolution, or are they legitimately dead and gone?
Here's my answer, Dan. No. I think people crave something new. It's why when Vero came out in the scene, people were all hopping to Vero. TikTok is like what I consider in that like shiny new object territory right now, where people, they want to go land grab, they want to be viewed as an influencer. I think at the end of the day, social media is noisy, man, and it's not going to go away by any means. Like, I just wrote the book, The End of Marketing, and the very first sentence in the book is marketing as we know it is dead. I think in order to stand out on any of these platforms, you have to be known for something. And if you're not known for something, your message is going to get kind of lost in the shuffle. But in terms of like these social networks themselves dying, they're not going to die. There's going to always be something new. But I think the most important thing that doesn't get spoken about enough is individual brand versus corporate brand. Today, people are brands. Like, I'm a brand, you're a brand, anyone watching this is a brand. Your brand lives on regardless of platform. 4 or 5 years ago, I was, hey, Snapchat fam. I'm not a brand on Snapchat anymore, but I'm the brand of Carlos Gil. You can consume me on YouTube, you can consume me on LinkedIn, you can read my work on Entrepreneur, you can read my book, The End of Marketing. Like, I'm a brand. These mediums, they just help me tell a story, and they help me broadcast, and they help me meet other people like yourself. So I think once you start putting yourself in that mindset where you're not a YouTuber, you're not a Instagrammer, you're a brand, and what these mediums really offer you is reach and access, then you're just playing the game like everyone else. Pat Dean wants to know, what are your thoughts about TikTok? Is the platform sustainable? You know, Pat, I see TikTok very similar to how at one point I saw Vine, how at another point in my life and career I saw Snapchat. It's just a shiny new object that people are gravitating to because they want to be insta-famous. People fall in love with the allure of having influence and having people watching their content. Do I think that from a business standpoint there's value in TikTok? I think there's marginal value if you're trying to engage an audience, a very specifically young audience between the age of like 13 and 16. But I think like the whole appeal of like watching music videos or creating music videos, I think that's something that we love it right now, just like Vine videos were cool almost 10 years ago, but nowadays a Vine video is almost in the same breath as creating a boomerang on Instagram. It's just something that we do as a part of how we tell a story. I don't think that if I was managing a multi-million-dollar ad budget at a brand that's not trying to sell to a younger audience, I would see much value in TikTok, quite frankly. I can't get behind TikTok as a content creator myself because the audience I'm trying to reach is not on TikTok. And the audience I'm trying to reach, being decision makers at companies, they're on LinkedIn. So I hedge my bets on LinkedIn and I put content on LinkedIn because that's really where I want the Carlos Gil brand to be. Or I create content on YouTube because I know that there's a higher likelihood that someone's going to discover me organically just by putting the right content on YouTube. That doesn't mean I'm not a supporter or fan of you or anyone else using TikTok. I just think that people need to be very cautious in general with chasing shiny new objects. And, you know, the irony in this is that in 2014, I was an early adopter to Snapchat from a business standpoint. And man, like, I had so many colleagues in the social media marketing space just kind of ridicule me and talk smack because like I was all about Snapchat and I was creating content. I was telling everyone like, you gotta jump on this, you gotta jump on it. And honestly, I grew up and I started realizing that a lot of those individuals were really right. At the point in time, there really wasn't a lot of value on Snapchat. It was another place for people to hang out. It was another place to create content. And I think TikTok is along the same lines. Now, if you want to talk to me about Twitch, I think Twitch has tremendous amount of value because you're able to get in front of the video gaming culture. If you talk to me about Reddit, tremendous value because it's an established platform that's been around for a while, just doesn't get enough love. So like, I'm not so much, Pat, about chasing the shiny new object. I'm about analyzing as a businessman, first and foremost, is there value for me? And second, is there value for my clients? If my clients aren't selling to the audience that's there, then it's a moot point. We don't need to talk about it at all. If my audience isn't there, we don't need to talk about it at all. And I think that's how anyone should be approaching social networks. It's not about the vanity metrics. It's not about how many users are there. At the end of the day, can you make a profit and generate an income through the users that are there on the platform themselves? And if you can, great, go after them. If not, go somewhere else.